prison labor is related to modern day slavery. Now, with me having a master's in self-education, with family that have served or currently serving in federal and state prisons, and doing an exceptional amount of research, I can only emphasize from my own perspective on this matter. And the topics that's going to help me address this is prison wages, economical gains, and the 13th Amendment. Now, you're probably wondering why I have these handcuffs detaining me to this chair. I want you to think about this chair weighing a ton, and I'm being forced to work involuntarily against my own will for the lowest amount of income possible. As you think about that, I'll be releasing my hand. The 13th Amendment abolishes all slavery and involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime. The median wage for prison inmates is 20 to 30 cents an hour in the U.S. They don't even receive employee benefits. Because they're considered inmates, they do not receive employee benefits such as overtime, disability pay, Social Security income, sick pay, anything of that nature. They will not receive it. And in 3 states that also could be working for free, such as Texas, Georgia, and Arkansas. And I want you to take time to think about what all these states have in common. All those states are located in the South, which goes to show how slavery still relates in the South even up until this day. The 13th Amendment abolishes all slavery and involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime. The economical advantages of prison labor is worth about $1 billion in revenue each year. Because of these industries that know that it's worth $1 billion, they promote politicians to keep strict laws in place so that either prisoners can be retained in those prisons or so that they can bring in new inmates into these prisons, which brings overcrowding and inhabitable conditions. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but even inhumanely isn't right for anyone based on the crime convicted of. The 13th Amendment abolishes all slavery and involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime. Now, the world holds 5% of the U.S. population, and the U.S. prison population holds 25% of the world's prison population. That's a substantial amount of numbers, taking consideration that the U.S. only holds 5% of the world population. Now, because of the 13th Amendment, slave operations from back in the day in plantations were allowed to transition into major companies and schools such as Aetna, Chase, Harvard, and Yale. And that's why they are who they are today, because of the slavery profits they was able to benefit from, and other major companies as well. The 13th Amendment abolishes all slavery and involuntary servitude except as a punishment of crime, whereof shall be duly convicted within the United States and any subject up under his jurisdiction. Now that you took the time out to watch this presentation, I'd like to thank you ahead of time, and I look forward to reading your comments.